The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the starting point of the American Revolution and the city of brotherly love, unless you are their NFC East rivals, in which case there is no love lost from this city. And that is the kind of scenario that the Dallas Cowboys have coming in here this year, as they are in a tight NFC East playoff race with the Philadelphia Eagles. Only one team will emerge. Will that team emerge today, or will we have to wait and see who comes out on top next week? That will be determined with the outcome of today's game. Welcome to the second of our Week 17 Games of the Week here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Hello everybody, I am your host and broadcaster, Joe. I hope you all have been having a wonderful holiday season, whether your holiday season ended on Christmas Day or it's still going. I hope that you are having quite a wonderful one this year. Two teams that I know want to have a good holiday season, but they need to figure that out, are the two teams playing today. This is a close race between the Eagles and Cowboys. While the Eagles are currently on top in that race, the Cowboys are still right behind them. The Eagles were not doing all that well to start off the season, going at 1-3 to start off, but they eventually came back to be 9-5. That's pretty good for a team that was starting off not looking all that hot. Meanwhile, Dallas started out in a very similar position. They started out at a 1-2 position. They have been kind of fluctuating. Right now, they're at 8-6. And an important piece of trivia to note, and this is something that's always brought up when it comes to the NFC East. Since the 2003 and 2004 seasons, no team has managed to win back-to-back NFC East champions in this division. The last team to do that was actually the Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, back during the 2003 and 2004 seasons, which was the season right after they went to the Super Bowl but lost with Donovan McNabb. Since then, it has been back and forth. The Eagles have won this division in that time frame 6 times, and the Cowboys have won 7. The Cowboys are the current reigning NFC East champions. So, that means that the Cowboys need to get this victory to even have a chance of winning that. If they lose today, tradition is upheld. As you see, taking a look at the standings, the Eagles at 9-5, like I said, this is the NFC East standings. The Cowboys at 8-6. Neither team has to worry about the Giants or Commanders, unless this game is won by Dallas, in which case both teams have to concern themselves, because the Cowboys take on Washington next week, and the Eagles take on New York. So, let me give you a picture of what's going on here. The Eagles have the tiebreaker over the Cowboys due to their divisional record. The Eagles have beaten the Commanders twice, the Giants once, and the Cowboys once. Meanwhile, Dallas is at 2-2 because they have beaten the Commanders, yes, and they beat the Giants earlier in the season during Week 4, but they lost to Philadelphia, and as noted on Thanksgiving, they lost to the Giants. So that means that regardless of what happens for the rest of the season, Dallas needs to have a better record overall than Philadelphia in order to in order for them to win the NFC East. Now, taking a look at the overall NFC playoff picture, currently the Eagles have the 3 seed, and they still have the chance of getting the number 1 seed, oddly enough. It would require a lot of help, I believe. That currently is being held by the 49ers. Dallas, it does not matter what happens with them. Even if they win this division, they cannot actually win the #1 overall seed, even if they won the division. So do keep that in mind. It is something that might come into play later. Now, in terms of the overall playoff position, let's say that the Cowboys don't win for whatever reason. That is alright, because it just means that they might still have a chance of getting into the wild card, depending on how things go with the Detroit Lions. They don't really have the ability to catch up with the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers, whichever one ends up in second place in the NFC North. But Detroit is somehow still within grasp. And it's just a reminder to you all, tomorrow we will be having our third game of the week between the Lions and 49ers. So that could play an impact in this as well. Philadelphia also would have a chance of getting into that playoff position, depending on what happens with Detroit. But we're gonna see how things play out as well with the rest of the NFC field. At the moment, though, we're gonna take a small break, and when we come back, we'll take you down to Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia for the start of today's game. And here we are at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The Cowboys will call heads. It is heads. And the Cowboys will elect to return this one. So Jake Elliott will be kicking it off, and Kevontae Turpin will be back to return it for Dallas. This one could be for the NFC East, people, as Turpin going to take it back from about 3 yards deep in his own end zone, and he'll get down at the 18. Let's take a look at that Dallas Cowboys starting offense. Dak Prescott, the 9th-year quarterback out of Mississippi State. And lining up right behind him, another player in his 9th year in the league, Ezekiel Elliott, who came out of Ohio State. For wide receivers, Dak's got Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks at the wide receiver positions. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, he'll be lining up on the line alongside rookie Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, rookie Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma, and Terrence Steele. Mike McCarthy in his 5th year as the Cowboys head coach, and the offensive coordinator is Brian Schottenheimer. First and 10 for the Cowboys on their own 18-yard line. Toss for Elliott, running along the near side, breaking a tackle. Still going. Look at this man run. He's at the 45, and he's down at about the 48. Great run by him. Let's take a look at that starting Eagles defense, though. Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter, the defensive line for Philadelphia. Josh Sweat, Nakobe Dean, and Bryce Huff are the linebackers alongside rookie Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo. Isaiah Rodgers and Darius Slay are the corners. And for the safeties, you've got Reed Blankenship and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Vic Fangio, the first-year defensive coordinator for Philadelphia, and the special teams coordinator is Michael Clay. First and 10 for Dallas. Dak in shotgun formation, dropping back, looking for an open man somewhere. Prescott going to throw it to his left for CeeDee Lamb. He's got this one easily, avoiding a tackle, and down at the Eagles' 30. So good field position to start for Dallas overall with their 2 straight plays they've had. A throw for Cooks, diving for it, but can't quite get it. A little bit of coverage there, some green jerseys and green helmets. Prescott in shotgun on the 2nd and 10. Looking for Ferguson over the middle. He's got it. And Jake Ferguson, could he score here? No. Down at the 7. Man in motion for Dallas with Prescott yet again in shotgun. Got to look for Ferguson to his right, but it's out of bounds, incomplete. Second and goal for Dallas. A toss for Elliott, who's running along the near sideline, and he's in for the touchdown. How about them Cowboys with that score? Did not take that much time either. So Dallas strikes first, and the extra point by Brandon Aubrey is up and good. So we'll see what the Eagles do with their chance to respond. Isaiah Rodgers back to return. He'll take this from about the 1, it looks like. And breaks the tackle at the 10, and then again at the 11. Still going. Look at this man run. He's got 2 men in front of him, and he's down at the 30. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts in his 5th year out of Philadelphia, but 4th year as the full-time starter for the Eagles. Lining up behind him, Saquon Barkley, who was the big offseason acquisition of the entire NFL, coming over from the Giants, in his home state now in Pennsylvania. Jahan Dotson, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith are the wide receiving core for the Eagles. Dallas Goedert, sure the Cowboys are still not happy the fact that he is an Eagle. He is the tight end that's lining up on the line alongside Cam Jurgens, Mekhi Becton, Tyler Steen, Jordan Mailata, and Lane Johnson. Nick Sirianni in his 4th year as the Eagles head coach, and the offensive coordinator is Kellen Moore. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Hurts, play action. Gonna look for somebody, but it's deflected. Looks like that was heading towards Brown, who was looking to run for it. So 2nd and 10 for Philadelphia. Hurts in shotgun, trying to run forward. Gets this one off for A.J. Brown. He leaps up and he grabs it. And he's still going. He's got 1 man to beat. Can he do it? Yes, he will. Touchdown, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. They only needed really 2 plays, but they've already answered back with what the Cowboys did. And the extra point is good off of Jake Elliott's leg. Both of these teams are going to be in for the fight of their lives. As Turpin going to take this from the goal line up to the 20, and that's where he will be stopped. So 1st and 10 for Dallas. Dak dropping back, looking for somebody open. Throws to his left, deep for CeeDee Lamb's leaping up to grab this one. Look at him go. Can he? Could he? Will he? He's going to get stopped at the 22. But either way, 1 play and Dallas is already in a great position right now to score. Prescott looking for somebody open. Throwing for Lamb yet again in the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys. And this is going to be 2 high-flying offenses. We are in for a good one, folks. Hopefully. Knock on wood that I did not jinx either team there, as that is an extra point through from Brandon Aubrey. And once again, Rodgers back to return this from the 5. And going to break a tackle at the 13, get taken down at the 14. Let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys starting defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, Mozzie Smith, and Osa Odigizua are the defensive linemen. Micah Parsons, Jordan Lewis, Damone Clark, and Eric Kendricks are your linebackers. At the corner positions, you have rookie Kalen Carson out of Wake Forest, and Trayvon Diggs, who is in his 5th year out of Alabama. And at the safety positions, you have Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. Mike Zimmer, the 1st-year defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, and the special teams coordinator is John Fassel. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia on their own 14. Hurts gonna try and run forward. Mozzie Smith there to take him down, though, for a loss of 7. So 2nd and long for this one. Hurts going to hand it off to Saquon, who's going to run along the far side before he's taken down at the 28. Saquon Barkley, fun fact, has never been a division champ, since the Giants have never won the division while he was playing for them. His Hurts is going to take off and run all the way to the Cowboys 42. So 1st and 10 for Philadelphia here. Shotgun formation. Hurts running out of time. Got to get this one off. throw is to his left for Dallas Goedert, who dove for it, but there were some silver helmets around him, so got to be careful which Dallas you throw it to. Hurts dropping back, looking for an open man somewhere, running out of time. Throw to his right for Jahan Dotson in the back of the end zone, but can't quite get it. 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Gonna try and run forward with it. He's wrapped up, and he's taken down by Mozzie Smith yet again for the loss of 6. So the Eagles will punt this. Braden Mann will be the punter. He's in Philadelphia territory himself, and Kevontae Turpin will be back to return this, but he's not going to be able to return it, as it's going to be a touchback for Dallas. So Dallas's defense didn't look like they were going to hold on, but they were able to. They bent but didn't break as they throw over the middle for Cooks, who dives for it, but can't quite get it. End of the first quarter. Dallas leading by a touchdown. 2nd and 10. Prescott in shotgun formation. Gonna try and run forward with it, and he's gonna take it himself, but he's only gonna get about 3. So 3rd and 7 here on the Cowboys 28. Dak gonna throw this one over the middle for Brandon Cooks, unable to get it. And so the Cowboys will punt this. Brian Anger will punt the ball, and Britton Covey will be returning this. And he's going to take it from about the 11-yard line. And he's going to fumble the ball. And it's going to get picked up by the Cowboys' Ezekiel Elliott, who picks it up for the scoop and score for Dallas. A special teams blunder by Philadelphia, and the Cowboys capitalize on it. And Aubrey's kick on the way is good. So Dallas leads it 21-7. Meanwhile, Isaiah Rodgers will be back to return. Hopefully for Philadelphia, they can get back into this one. And he's going to get taken out at the 22. So, shotgun formation for Hurts on this 1st and 10. Throw to his left, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Barkley not able to come down with it. 2nd and 10. Hurts going to hand this one off to Barkley, who's only going to get about 3 yards. 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Looking for somebody wide open. Throwing over the middle for Dallas Goedert. And Goedert going to get to the 42, so they convert on this 3rd down. Hurts in shotgun formation. Man in motion for Philadelphia. Throwing it to his left, and it's picked off by Dallas! That's Donovan Wilson there to intercept the pass. And Dallas in a good start for this drive for them. Prescott gonna throw this over the middle for Ferguson, who dives for it. And they're gonna measure it, but I think he got it. He did. Fairly easily, in my opinion. As that's gonna be on the 45. 1st and 10 for Dallas. Prescott gonna throw it over the middle for Tolbert, but he's gonna only get about 7. So 2nd and 3. Dak going to hand this off to Elliott, but he gets stuffed behind the line, sending him back 2 yards. 3rd and 5 on the 40. Elliott gets the toss this time, breaking 1 tackle, but not able to break the 2nd as he's taken back 2 yards again. So once again, Dallas will punt. Hopefully this time, Britton Covey can hang on to it. And he doesn't need to worry about it. It's going to be a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 25-yard line. Hurts tosses to Barkley. Barkley running along the near side. He's running along the sideline before he's taken down at the 41. So Philadelphia trying to fix the mistakes they've made past few drives. A toss over the middle for Brown. And Brown going to get taken down at the 43 of the Cowboys. So Philadelphia is starting to drive down the field, Dallas. You might want to stop them. Play action by Hurts. Throws to his left for Devontae Smith, who's wide open for the touchdown here. And with that, Philadelphia once again makes this a 1-score game, assuming they get the extra point. And the extra point kick by Elliott on the way, and it's good. 21-14 is our score here. And Turpin will be back to return this one. He'll take it from the 7. Devontae Turpin running along the near side before he's taken down at the 21. So 1st and 10 for Dallas. Man in motion for the Cowboys. Prescott going to try and run forward with it. Plenty of time to throw for Brandon Cooks, who is wide open. And he's going to get taken down around the 49. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Man in motion. Prescott in shotgun formation. Looking for somebody open. Throwing to his left for CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get wrapped up almost immediately after he catches it. And Dallas going to call their first timeout. The Eagles will be getting the ball back at the start of the second half. Prescott in shotgun formation. Running forward with it. Throw to his right for Cooks in the back of the end zone. And it's a touchdown for them boys. And with that connection, Dallas once again makes it a 2-score game. Aubrey's kick on the way is good. So Dallas leads 28-14. Philadelphia has time for maybe one drive before halftime. So if they can score on this one, they can potentially get 2 touchdowns that would tie the game up. The Eagles not out of this game yet, as Hurts going to hand it off to Barkley on this 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more. Look at this man run. Look at how fast he is. And he gets into Dallas territory as the Eagles call their first timeout. Great acquisition by the Eagles in the offseason. Barkley has been a difference maker as he's going to get tossed the ball running along the far sideline. Not going to get too far, and oh no! Saquon Barkley injured on that run. This is extremely bad news for Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell going to be the person to come in to replace him. So 2nd and 6. Hurts going to hand it off to Gainwell. And he's going to get the first down before he's taken down around the 38, it looks like. 20 seconds. They're not going to call a timeout. Hurts in shotgun formation. They're going to try and throw for this one. And Hurts going to throw it to his right for Brown. And Brown, they're going to run out of time. He needs to score here. And he won't, down at the 8. And that's how we're going to go into halftime. Cowboys lead it 28-14. But Philadelphia, they are in, that's the least of their problems with Saquon injured. How long will he be out for? We don't know. Just a reminder to you all, once again, that tomorrow we will be having our 3rd of our Week 17 Games of the Week. Jared Goff returning to his home state and his old stomping grounds in California, leading the Lions in a potential playoff push against Brock Purdy and the NFC West champion San Francisco 49ers. That's all coming up for you tomorrow, our 3rd of our Week 17 Games of the Week, here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. And so, Brandon Aubrey will kick this off. Rodgers back to return. Philadelphia is in dire straits. If they're going to win this, they're going to have to win it for Saquon. Without Saquon, is Aubrey going to get to, is that's Rodgers getting to the 20. Hurts going to hand this off to Gainwell for the first possession. Gainwell going to get the first down. He's doing some good work here as he gets to the 43. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia yet again. Toss for Gainwell yet again. Gainwell going to run along the far sideline, still moving as he's in Dallas territory and got the first down at the 29. Another 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Hurts dropping back. Looking for somebody open. He's going to get wrapped up. And he's going to get taken down. Osa Odighizuwa will be credited with the 8-yard sack on that one. 2nd and 18. Hurts dropping back. Throwing this one to his left for Devontae Smith, avoiding a tackle. And he is in for the touchdown. The Eagles make it a 1-score game. They weren't quite able to do that before halftime, but they're able to do it here. And so, the extra point by Jake Elliott is through. It's a 28-21 game. Now the defense for Philadelphia needs to do their job. Meanwhile, Dallas going to have their first chance with the ball as Turpin going to take this from the 6 up to the 20 and down at the 25. 1st and 10 for Dallas. Men in motion. Prescott handing it off to Elliott. And he's down at the 29. 2nd and 6. Prescott in shotgun formation. Looking for somebody open. Gonna get this one off to his right for Brandon Cooks, who is deep on this one, and he is gone. Touchdown, Dallas. And the Cowboys immediately score back after that Eagles touchdown. How about them Cowboys? Brandon Aubrey kick on the way, and it's good. So Dallas, they're telling Philadelphia, you want this division, you're going to have to earn it. Rodgers going to take this from the 5. And he's going to get taken down at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Toss for Gainwell. Gainwell running along the near sideline. And he's going to be just short. 2nd and 1 on the 26. Hurts going to toss it for Gainwell yet again. Gainwell got the first down. But they're going to measure it anyway. He got it. I thought he had it, and he did. I thought the evidence was very clear. Hurts in shotgun formation. Gonna throw this to his left, but it's out of bounds. Nearly intercepted. So, 2nd and 10. Hurts dropping back. Jalen gonna throw to his left for Devontae, who dives for it, but it's incomplete. 3rd and 10. Philadelphia is trailing. They need to score quick. Hurts going to get wrapped up as he's fighting, but DeMarcus Lawrence there to take him down. And so the Eagles will punt this one. Braden Mann punting it off. Turpin will be back to return it from about the 11, it looks like. And he's going to get up to the 21. So a 10-yard return for Dallas. 1st and 10. Dak dropping back. Looking for an open CeeDee Lamb, who dives for it, and taken down almost immediately as soon as he gets up. 1st and 10 for Dallas on their own 49-yard line. Prescott dropping back, looking for somebody wide open. Throwing to his right for Brandon Cooks over the middle, and he is gone for the touchdown. Dallas scoring quickly. They want to put this game way out of reach for Philadelphia. You can tell this rivalry is heated. And you can tell that Philadelphia without Saquon is suffering. So Rodgers will be back to return this for Philadelphia. He'll take it from about the 6.5. Rodgers going to get up to the 17. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Hurts in shotgun formation. Going to try and run forward with it himself. Gets it off for Jahan Dotson over the middle. And he's going to try and fight to break free, but he will not get past the 32. Still enough for a first down for the Eagles. 1st and 10. Hurts dropping back. Going to try and run forward after he's getting wrapped up. DeMarcus Lawrence, though, there with the sack, taking him back 6 yards. 2nd and long. Hurts tosses this for Gainwell. Gainwell running along the sideline. Going to get it only 6 yards, so they're back to where the set of downs started. 3rd and 10. Hurts gonna run with himself, but he's only gonna get 7. And so they will punt this. Mann will be back to return. He'll be punting around the 30-ish yard line. Turpin will not be returning it. It's gonna be in the back of the. It's gonna be the end zone for the touchback, not the back of the end zone, like I was originally going to say. 1st and 10 for Dak and the boys. Prescott running forward with this, and he is going to get the first down and still on his feet. As time expires, he gets into Philadelphia territory. 42-21, Cowboys lead. We saw Dak earlier this season when he played on Thanksgiving, as he's going to run with this again. He gets about 9. He and the Cowboys lost to the Giants. And meanwhile, we saw the Eagles beat the Panthers in their own attempts for a playoff push, as that's not going to get too far for Elliott. On the loss of 5. Prescott handing it off to Elliott yet again. This is starting to look like the opposite of where both of these teams were the last time they were on their games of the week. They're going to go for the field goal. Aubrey's kick on the way from about 57 yards back is good. 45-21 Cowboys. This game is definitely out of reach now for Philadelphia, but they're still going to try. They need 24 points, although we've seen stranger things before. As that's going to get up to the 10. So that's where this 1st and 10 will start. As Hurts dropping back. Got to get this one off quick for Devonta Smith. And he's got the 1st down and gets into Dallas territory down at the 49. Great reception there by Smith. Jalen in shotgun. Going to try and run forward here himself. Taking it himself, running along their sideline. Look at this man go! He's still going! Could he score with it? He will! A 49-yard touchdown run by Jalen Hurts. Says Saquon has been helping me out this entire season. I'm going to do my best Saquon impersonation. This game might be over, but I am not going to give up. And so, extra point good. So that's 7 points accounted for. They still need another 17. As Turpin taken down at about the 17. So 1st and 10 for Dak. He's going to drop back. Looking over the middle for Jalen Tolbert. He is open. Avoided a potential tackle as he gets taken down to 34 for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 Dallas. Shotgun formation for Prescott. Looking for somebody open. Gotta find him. Looking to his right for Ferguson. And Ferguson got the 1st down. Fighting for extra yards as he's down to the 46. So the Eagles will not clinch this division this week. But they could still do so next week if things go their way as that pass deflected. Looks like it was headed for Cooks. 2nd and 10 for Dallas. Prescott dropping back. Gonna throw this to his left for his best weapon, CeeDee Lamb. He's wide open and he gets into the red zone easily down at the 12. And Dak got men in motion behind him and to his side. And Elliott not gonna get too far. Loses a yard actually. 2nd and 11. Prescott in shotgun. Looking for somebody. Gonna run forward with it. Takes it himself. Look at this man move. And he's down after a gain of 8. Or 9, actually. Prescott going to hand this one off. No, play action. I was fooled. As he gets Tolbert for the touchdown. And if you had any doubt this game was over before, well, there you go. How about them Cowboys today? As Aubrey kicks this extra point. They have been on all cylinders. They have been playing mistake-free football. Aside from one drive, that was two drives actually that were Brian Anchor punts, which one of them ended up being a touchdown, being a fumble recovery by Ezekiel Elliott. But aside from that, Dallas has basically been in control of this game from the beginning. Hurts looking and firing to his left for Dallas. Goddard. And Goddard going to get taken out at the 46, it looks like. As Philadelphia going to call their first time out. Partia has to wonder if the Eagles would have been able to come back with Saquon. As Hurts going to run this himself. The rest of you just wondering if it was just Dallas was too good for Philadelphia. As Philadelphia calls their second time out. Now a reminder, the Eagles losing does not mean that the Cowboys have got the lead for the division. Throw to the left for Dotson, and he's got the 1st down. Eagles going to call their 3rd and final timeout here. So 1st and 10. Hurts dropping back. Going to throw this for Brown. Incomplete. Tried aiming for the former Titan, but he wasn't quite able to come up with it. 2nd and 10. Hurts. Play action. Looking for an open man. Going to throw to his right for Gainwell, and he's got this one. But he does not have it for a 1st down. 3rd and 2 on the 13-yard line. Hurts tosses for Gainwell. Gainwell running along the far side. He's got the 1st down, and he's down at the 5. Eagles just playing for pride in this garbage time. Philadelphia could still clinch this victory with a win, clinch this division with a win next week. As Gainwell going to get the touchdown. They just need to beat the Giants. Or hope that the Cowboys lose to the Commanders. As this extra point on the way is good. 52-35. They're going to try for the onside kick anyway, even though this game is out of reach. But CeeDee Lamb will come down with it. And on this 1st and 10, Elliott going to take it himself, play it safe. He gets into Philadelphia territory and then gets the first down. 1st and 10 for Dallas yet again. Elliott going to run this up the gut, and he's got about 8 on it.
So as a reminder, the only way the Cowboys can possibly win, thanks to the tiebreaker being divisional record, is they need to have the better record outright, because even if they win next week, and the Eagles win next week, the Eagles still have the better divisional record.
And Elliott going to take this one easily, running along the far side, and that is going to do it. With this victory, the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles are tied for the NFC East lead. 52-35 is your final score here today in Philadelphia. And so with this victory, the Eagles stay atop the NFC East regardless. They have the division lead at 4-1. Meanwhile, Dallas is at 3-2. So, just a bit of a what-if scenario here. Assume the Commanders and Giants both win. Philadelphia would still have the division. If Philadelphia and Dallas won, next week it would be Philadelphia. So, the only way for Dallas to get in, they need to win, and the Eagles need to lose. That is the only possible outcome that would result in the Cowboys being back-to-back NFC East champions. They've got a tough road ahead of them for that. Taking a look, though, at the full NFC standings right now, though, the Eagles currently at the 3 seed, which they had that before this game ended with their loss. They are half a game ahead of the Saints, but they are 1.5 games behind Green Bay. So the Eagles can no longer get the number 1 seed. But they could potentially try for the number 2 seed. Depends on what happens with the Packers and Bears. If either one of those teams wins their game this week, with the Bears playing Seattle and the Packers playing Minnesota, that means that the Eagles would be locked out of a first-round bye. They'd have to play whoever the 6th seed is, which is currently the Lions, but half a game behind the Lions are the Dallas Cowboys, thanks to this victory. So, very interesting how the NFC is going to play out, just like how it's going to be interesting how the AFC plays out, as we carefully watch every game this week and next week, seeing how things go. And that's going to do it for us here today. A reminder, once again, that tomorrow we'll be having our 3rd game of the week between the Lions and 49ers, and to come back here on Monday for our Week 17 Tecmo Rewind. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I am your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody!